Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer, and today I'm gamesplaining Ettin, 2 Against the World. On the box, Ettin says that it's a 2-to-8 player game, and that's probably accurate, but it plays best, or plays properly, should I say, at 4, 6, or 8 players. There are rules for odd numbers of players, there are rules for 2 players, but to play the actual game, it's 4, 6, or 8. They say that you can play with 10, 12, etc., depending if you have extra copies of the game, and that's fair enough if that's going to happen. But it's a 4, 6, or 8 player game. Please bear that in mind. Ettin is also a D&D based game, so it uses a lot of the thematic materials from D&D, apparently. I'm not a D&D player, so I don't know the stuff, but apparently this is using a heck of a lot of the D&D ideas and concepts, which is absolutely fine. I have no problem with that whatsoever. Understanding what is happening with the rules, if you just read it, is extraordinarily difficult. Understanding what's happening once it's explained and you're kind of getting your head around it, you go, oh yeah, no, I see where we're going. But there's just a little bit of intricacy that I don't know if it really belongs in Eurogaming, because this is a Euro game. The ideas are not necessarily Eurogaming, but the actual action, the way we play it, is fairly Euro. The only thing is there is a die, but that's for one particular purpose. So what you're trying to do is you're fighting over lands. In essence, you've got a friend on one side and an enemy on the other. You're spending the first stage drafting cards. Once you've done 3 rounds of the drafting, you're going to get 2 cards in each time. You're then fighting against your enemy. Then we go through another round of drafting 3 lots of 2 cards. Then you fight against the enemy. And you do that 3 times. Within those drafting things, you're going to have to pay for the cards. So you're either taking cards to get the income off them by passing them in to get the money, or you're spending the money that you have to get other cards. There's a real push and pull. It's a real intricate kind of, I think if you know the game really well, you've got a better chance of doing that well. I think without knowing the game and kind of going in blind almost, it's just a matter of, this one's worth this much for me to play it. It's going to be a really good card. Can I afford it? If I spend this one to there to get the money in, I'm going to be able to afford that, without really having a look at the iconography of what the card actually does. Now, I'm saying that as a person who that's how I played the first game, but if you read that iconography and see what's happening with each card, you may find that the one that you've just spent a whole bunch of money on isn't quite as good as what you wished it to be. There's a real push and pull on that, and I think that people who have played this game and understand this game a lot better have a high chance of beating you if you haven't played before. But this is the thing, the final score is the addition of the 2 players' final scores. That's where we end up with. So the game I had the other night, it had myself and the player next to me played quite well and we were quite evenly, but we were beaten by a couple of individual, like going on individual score, we were beaten by a couple of the individuals at the table. It just happened I was sitting next to people who dragged that score down. We were kind of within a couple of points of each other to get over to the final victory. And that really is the game. It's that, okay, so when I'm working with my friend, we can discuss and pass cards across and go, if you take that card, that's going to do this, and they'll get you cards to do this. But that won't do it for me, so you should take this one. Things like that is really important to kind of have those conversations. The beauty of this game is the same beauty as Seven Wonders and similar games where you're only dealing with 2 people. It means that your player count at the table can go to any size, but it's not going to expand the length of time that you're playing for. Yes, you're going to be slowed down if you're waiting for everyone to do each of the steps. You're going to be slowed down to the speed at which the slowest person's moving, because you tend to have to wait for them. But other than that, you could have 8 people at the table, you could have 4 at the table. It'll play for the same length of time, which is listed at 45 minutes. I think that on first play, you're probably looking closer to an hour, hour and a half. But once you kind of know what you're doing, I think the 45 is probably pretty close. So let's go with that. I have enjoyed Essen. I found that there was a couple of little intricacies on the rulings that when playing it, they were, Now just hang on a second, I'm going to have to go to the rulebook for that. But the rulebook isn't actually 100% clear on some things, and so you can't take best judgment. And that's really what my videos are, is best judgment on the rulings in the book, because there are no videos online for this is how to play the game. There's a couple of this type of video with people just talking about what their experience is, but the actual playing, the actual rules of the game, there's none of them out there. Now, by the time this gets up, that may have changed. It did only come out 3 months ago, 4 months ago, at the beginning of this year, and that's fine. I have no problem with that. The whole idea of pulling on these other genres of game, I actually really like that, and I think this will hold a place on my shelves. That is, it's really nice. It'll just stay there, and it'll come out sometime, I'm sure of it. I think that's enough of me talking about it. Please go ahead and watch my Gamesplained Gamesplanation to get a feel for how the game actually plays and what the rules are. If you have any comments or suggestions, please write them below. If you have any games that you would like to be gamesplained, please shoot me an email to thegamesplainer@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter @thegamesplainer to keep up to date with the games I'm playing. Subscribe to my videos to keep up to date with the games that I'm gamesplaining. And until next time, enjoy gaming.